Hey there, fellow explorers. Have you ever wondered what lies beneath our planet's surface? Deep, deep down, our Earth holds a fiery secret. Volcanoes. They're like giant mountains, but with a twist. They have a hidden superpower. Imagine a mountain that can breathe fire, spew hot lava, and even shake the ground. Volcanoes are like Earth's very own fireworks display, but instead of sparkles, they give us a peek into the fiery heart of our planet. But whether they're snoozing or erupting, volcanoes are a super cool reminder that our Earth is a dynamic and ever-changing planet. Are you ready to dive into the amazing world of volcanoes? Let's go!
We all know mountains are super tall and impressive, but volcanoes are mountains with a fiery secret. Deep inside them lies a chamber of super hot molten rock called magma. It's like a giant pot of boiling soup, just way hotter. This magma is always on the move, bubbling and churning beneath the Earth's crust. Sometimes the pressure builds up so much that the magma needs to escape. It's like when you shake a can of soda too much. It's bound to explode. And that's what causes a volcanic eruption. The magma bursts through an opening called a vent and flows out as lava. It's like a giant fiery fountain spewing out molten rock. But hold on tight, because we're about to explore where these fiery mountains are located.
Get ready to grab your explorer hats and hop aboard our imaginary hot air balloon, because we're about to go on a volcano hunting adventure. Our first stop, the Pacific Ocean. This massive body of water is home to the Ring of Fire, a horseshoe-shaped zone where a whopping 75% of the world's volcanoes are found. It's like a giant, fiery necklace around the Pacific Ocean. But volcanoes aren't just found on land. Oh no, they love to make a splash underwater too. These underwater volcanoes are called submarine volcanoes, and they're just as amazing as their land-based cousins. From the fiery peaks of the Ring of Fire to the depths of the ocean, volcanoes are scattered across our planet, waiting to be discovered. So buckle up, adventurers, because our volcano exploration is just getting started.
Hold on tight to your explorer hats, because we're continuing our volcano hunting adventure. Remember the Ring of Fire? It's like a giant fiery necklace around the Pacific Ocean. We're talking about famous volcanoes like Mount Fuji in Japan, Mount St. Helens in the United States, and Mount Krakatoa in Indonesia. It's like a fiery party and everyone's invited.
But wait, there's more. Volcanoes aren't just found along plate boundaries like the Ring of Fire. Some volcanoes like to pop up in the middle of tectonic plates in areas called hotspots. These hotspots are like giant plumes of super-hot magma rising up from deep within the Earth's mantle. It's like having a giant lava lamp beneath the Earth's surface. One famous example of a hotspot is the Hawaiian Islands. These beautiful islands were formed by volcanic eruptions over millions of years as the Pacific Plate moved slowly over a stationary hotspot. It's like the hotspot was a giant stamp, creating a chain of volcanic islands as the plate moved along. And guess what? There are even volcanoes hiding beneath our icy polar regions. These subglacial volcanoes erupt beneath glaciers or ice sheets, creating a spectacular display of fire and ice. Talk about a cool eruption.
From the fiery peaks of the Ring of Fire to the depths of the ocean, volcanoes are scattered across our planet, each with its own unique personality and story to tell. Some volcanoes are tall and pointy, while others are wide and flat. Some erupt with explosive force, while others ooze lava slowly like honey. And each eruption, whether big or small, shapes and reshapes our planet. So next time you see a mountain, remember that it might just be a sleeping volcano, holding the secrets of our planet's fiery heart. And as we continue our volcano adventure, we'll learn about the different types of volcanoes, their unique characteristics, and the amazing legends and stories that surround them. Welcome back, volcano explorers. So far, we've journeyed to fiery locations around the globe and learned how these awesome mountains form. But did you know that volcanoes come in different shapes and sizes? It's true. It's like a volcano fashion show, with each type strutting its unique style. We've got shield volcanoes looking like giant warrior shields lying on the ground, Then there are composite volcanoes, towering over the landscape like majestic mountains. And let's not forget cinder cone volcanoes, small but mighty, with their steep, cone-shaped sides. Oh, and we can't leave out lava domes looking like giant blobs of molten rock that have piled up around a volcanic vent. Each type of volcano has its own unique personality and eruptive style, making them all the more fascinating. So get ready to meet the volcano family as we explore what makes each type so special.
First up, let's meet the gentle giants of the volcano world, shield volcanoes. These volcanoes look like giant warriors' shields lying on the ground, wide and flat with gently sloping sides. They erupt with slow-moving lava flows that resemble rivers of fire. These lava flows rarely pose a threat to humans as they move slowly enough to outrun. Shield volcanoes are formed by runny lava that spreads out like pancake batter. One of the most famous shield volcanoes is Mauna Loa in Hawaii. It's the largest active volcano on Earth, rising over 30,000 feet from its base. Now let's meet the little guys of the volcano family. Cinder cone volcanoes. Don't let their size fool you, though. These volcanoes are small but mighty. They're like the feisty little siblings of the volcano world, erupting with showers of hot ash and cinders that rain down around them. Cinder cone volcanoes are known for their steep, cone-shaped sides, which are formed by the accumulation of these fiery fragments. Their eruptions are usually short-lived, but can be quite dramatic, with fountains of lava spewing high into the air. Imagine a giant fiery soda eruption. That's what a cinder cone eruption is like. One famous example of a cinder cone volcano is Paricutin in Mexico. This volcano literally popped up out of a cornfield in 1943 and erupted for 9 years straight. Talk about a surprise in the backyard.
Hold on to your hats, volcano fans! We've learned about where volcanoes are found and the different styles they rock. But now it's time to meet some real volcano superstars. These aren't your average everyday volcanoes. Oh no, these are the VIPs of the volcano world, famous for their incredible eruptions, their towering heights, or their legendary status. We're talking volcanoes like Mount Vesuvius, the sleeping giant that buried Pompeii in ash, and Mount St. Helens, the mountain that roared back to life in a dramatic eruption. And let's not forget Kilauea, the Hawaiian volcano that's been putting on a fiery show for decades. Get ready to be amazed as we uncover the stories behind these incredible geological wonders.
Our first volcano superstar needs no introduction. It's Mount Vesuvius, the infamous Italian volcano that buried Pompeii in 79 AD. Don't be fooled by its peaceful slumber today. This volcano has a fiery past. Mount Vesuvius is a stratovolcano, known for its explosive eruptions. When Vesuvius erupted, it buried Pompeii and Herculaneum in volcanic debris. Today, it's one of the most dangerous volcanoes, with millions living nearby. Our next volcano superstar takes us to the Pacific Northwest. Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980, reshaping the landscape. On May 18th, a massive blast flattened forests and sent ash high into the atmosphere. It was the deadliest and most destructive volcanic event in US history. Today, scientists study the aftermath and monitor for future activity.
Hey there, volcano adventurers! We've traveled the globe, met some superstar volcanoes, and learned a ton about their explosive personalities. But volcanoes aren't just about science and geography. They've also sparked some pretty amazing stories. For centuries, people have looked to volcanoes with a mix of awe and fear, creating myths and legends to explain their fiery nature. Imagine sitting around a crackling fire, listening to tales of fire-breathing mountains and powerful gods. From the Hawaiian Islands to the heart of ancient Greece, cultures around the world have woven stories about volcanoes, explaining their origins, their power, and their impact on humanity. These tales offer a fascinating glimpse into how people have attempted to understand and coexist with these powerful forces of nature. So, get ready to be enchanted as we journey into the world of volcano legends, where myths and reality collide. Our first legend takes us to the Hawaiian Islands, home to some of the most active volcanoes on Earth. Pele, the goddess of volcanoes and fire, is a powerful and unpredictable deity, capable of both creation and destruction. She resides within the crater of Kilauea, governing the flow of lava and the destiny of the islands. Legend has it that Pele's fiery temper is legendary. When angered, she causes earthquakes or hurls molten lava. But when pleased, she blesses the land with fertile soil. The Hawaiian people offer gifts and prayers to appease her. Our next stop is ancient Greece, where volcanoes were the workshops of Hephaestus, the god of fire and forge. Imagine a burly god, covered in soot, hammering away at red-hot metal. Hephaestus crafted powerful weapons and magnificent jewelry for Mount Olympus. His forge was beneath Mount Etna, one of Europe's most active volcanoes. Each eruption was Hephaestus working his magic at his fiery anvil. He was a kind and hard-working god, respected for his craftsmanship. The legends of Hephaestus remind us of the powerful sway volcanoes hold over our imaginations.
Hold on to your helmets, explorers, because we're traveling back in time to the year 79 AD, to the bustling Roman city of Pompeii. Imagine a sunny day, the streets filled with merchants hawking their wares, children playing. Life was good in Pompeii, or so they thought. Looming over their city was Mount Vesuvius, a seemingly peaceful giant. Then, a monstrous plume of ash and pumice rocketed skyward from Vesuvius's peak. Panic surged through the streets as people realized the danger they were in. As the day wore on, the eruption intensified. Imagine a scene straight out of a disaster movie. A monstrous black cloud roiling with lightning rained down a torrent of hot ash, pumice, and volcanic debris onto Pompeii. Buildings shuddered and collapsed under the weight of the falling debris. The air grew thick and suffocating, making it difficult to breathe. The once vibrant city was quickly being buried alive under a blanket of volcanic ash. The eruption raged on for over 24 hours. By the time it was over, Pompeii, along with its neighboring cities of Herculaneum and Stabiae, lay entombed beneath a thick layer of ash and pumice, a silent testament to the devastating power of nature. The once thriving Roman city, frozen in time, was lost to the world for centuries. For over 1,500 years, Pompeii lay buried and forgotten beneath the ash. In the 18th century, archaeologists began to unearth the lost city. They uncovered well-preserved buildings, intricate mosaics, and casts of the victims, frozen in their final moments. Today, the ruins of Pompeii remind us of the destructive force of volcanoes and the fragility of human life.
The story of Pompeii's destruction might seem like something out of a history book, but it holds important lessons for us today. Volcanoes are a powerful force of nature, and while they can be destructive, they also play a vital role in shaping our planet. By studying volcanoes like Vesuvius, scientists can better understand volcanic hazards and develop early warning systems to help protect people living near active volcanoes. We've learned that even though we can't control nature, we can learn to live in harmony with it. The next time you see a volcano, whether it's a towering giant or a small but mighty cinder cone, remember the story of Pompeii. Remember the power these fiery mountains possess, but also appreciate their beauty and the role they play in our planet's incredible story.
Wow, volcano explorers, we've been on an incredible journey. We've traveled from the fiery depths of the earth to the towering peaks of volcanoes, witnessing their awesome power and learning their incredible secrets. We discovered that volcanoes are like Earth's very own fireworks, spewing molten lava and shaping the landscape around them. We met the different types of volcanoes, from the gentle giants, the shield volcanoes, to the feisty cinder cones, each with its unique style. And remember those amazing legends. We learned how people around the world have tried to understand and explain these fiery mountains through stories and myths. From Pele, the Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes, to Hephaestus, the Greek god of the forge, these stories remind us of the power volcanoes hold over our imaginations. We even traveled back in time to ancient Pompeii, where we witnessed the devastating eruption of Mount Vesuvius and learned the importance of respecting the power of nature. But our volcano adventure doesn't end here. There's still so much more to discover about these fascinating geological wonders. From the fiery depths of the Ring of Fire to the icy landscapes of subglacial volcanoes, there are countless adventures waiting to be had. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and never stop being curious about the world around you. There's a whole universe of discovery out there, and who knows what other amazing secrets you might uncover. So go forth, brave explorers. Read books, watch documentaries, and maybe even visit a volcano in person someday. Remember, the more you learn about volcanoes, the more you'll appreciate their beauty, their power, and their important role in shaping our planet. Keep the spirit of adventure alive, and let the wonders of volcanoes continue to inspire you. This last section is not for the faint of heart. Before we go, let's learn about the most powerful and dangerous volcanoes on Earth. They are called supervolcanoes. They have the potential to cause massive destruction and change the climate. Let's explore some of the most famous supervolcanoes and their impact on our planet. Imagine an eruption so colossal that it blankets entire continents in ash, cools the global climate for years, and triggers a chain reaction of environmental changes. These are not just hypothetical scenarios, they are the reality of supervolcanoes. One of the most well-known supervolcanoes is Yellowstone, located in the United States. A ticking time bomb beneath the picturesque landscapes of Yellowstone National Park, its last major eruption occurred over 640,000 years ago, creating a caldera that's over 30 miles wide. Another infamous supervolcano is the Toba caldera in Indonesia. Around 74,000 years ago, Toba's eruption was one of the largest volcanic events in the last 2 million years. It spewed so much volcanic material into the atmosphere that it led to a volcanic winter, drastically reducing global temperatures. And let's not forget the Taupo volcanic zone in New Zealand, home to the supervolcano that produced the Oruanui eruption around 26,500 years ago. The eruption ejected approximately 1,200 cubic kilometers of material, reshaping the landscape and creating the stunning Lake Taupo. These supervolcanoes remind us of the immense power that lies beneath our feet. They are a testament to the dynamic and ever-changing nature of our planet, capable of creating and destroying in equal measure. So, as we continue our journey of exploration, let's remain fascinated by these geological giants. Their stories are a stark reminder of the Earth's raw power and the delicate balance of our environment. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and keep exploring the wonders of our planet. Thank you for joining Wise Hooter Learning, No Spaces, on this volcanic adventure. Until next time, keep your spirit of discovery alive.